Oh my gosh. Hi, ladies. This video today is going to be, it's gonna cut. So let me just, disclaimer. It is gonna cut just a hintsy-pintsy little bitsy today. But I believe that it's just going to be beneficial to those who have ears. I pray that you guys can hear, that you will be better after this, that you will gain wisdom and insight through this video. I know I haven't been on here in a while, and actually I really was not taking a sabbatical, because my mom's birthday, and I posted a cute picture the other day, so I wasn't fully on a sabbatical, for the month of November, but I'm just kind of just laying it low actually throughout the rest of this year. But at the top of the year, I got some amazing things happening and coming for you ladies, and it's gonna be amazing. So I just want y'all to stay tuned to that, and we're just gonna go ahead and dive right in it. So I didn't have like a specific topic for this video. It's just a real video. I'm just coming at you with rawness, with truth, and as much love as I can give it, because I do believe that in this generation, when we overuse the love thing so much as a means to water down the truth. Now, I'm going to give you truth, and I'm going to give it to you in as much love as I can, but even in doing that, it still may cut. It still may hurt. So I pray that no one takes offense to this, but that this truly is beneficial and can help those of you who may be going in circles in your dating life, or you may have even been dating someone for years and he's going in circles, right? Like, you want to marry him, you want to be with him, and still it's not enough. You feel like you're not enough, like you're just begging for him, and he's just kind of lackadaisical. Let me see about it and I'll get back to you later. Look, I'll get back to you within the next 10 business days. And you're like, I'm ready, I'm ready for something, for marriage, for something official and more. This is for those ladies. And for those of you who are not so arrogant and prideful that you think that you know everything, no matter your age, because I have met some old women who were absolutely foolish, and I've also met young women who were wise. So age has nothing to do with it. So let's go ahead and dive into today's topic, and it's going to be basically what I could come up with. When the goal is the ring, you'll settle for anything. So I was talking to this woman, and as I was thinking about this today, it was so crazy. For some reason, we ended up getting on the subject of me being abstinent, and I ended up telling her, when I first dedicated my body to God was back in 2014, May 31st, exactly. Look, I remember the date, May 31st, 2014. And she was just looking at me like, with disgust, kind of like with the sadness and a shame for me, almost like you're not living your best life. You're young, that thing popping, you good now, and wanted to go into kind of like details about, how these were my best years and I'm pretty much missing out and things like that, and how she was when she was 28. She's almost double my age. And when she got done talking and saying all of that, we ended up talking about this situation with this guy that she finds herself in. And I knew the woman was a bit older than me, so I asked her age, and I was like, hey, how old are you, if you don't mind me asking? And she told me I'm 52 years old. And I'm like, okay. And I looked down at her ring and I said, well, how has not being abstinent worked for you? And she kind of got quiet. And she got a little smart in the next comment, because what I said was kind of maybe hit her a little bit more than what she wanted it to. But the thing is this woman has been dating pretty much, like she told me, since her early teenage years. Okay, so let's dismiss the teenage years, because everybody has silly little first loves, first crushes. So let's dismiss that. Let's say since 21 up until now at 52 years old, and she's still not married. She's been dating this guy for 4 years, off and on, who she says pops up whenever he wants to, but she's going to continue to keep dating him and see how that goes. All of these things. Who is this texting me? Anyway, all of these things. and she's gotten no results, and she feels bad for me. And no offense to her, and I promise you guys, I am not saying this in a bragging or a boastful manner, but I have had 4 men who wanted to marry me. 2 actual proposals. 4 proposals, but 2 actual engagements. And 2 of them have been millionaires. Good men that have been around the world, but yet they saw something in me that stood out from the thousands of women that they saw on a day-to-day basis who tried to throw themselves at them. So ladies, I gotta say this. What separates you, and this is not even so much about separating more than it is just about being a good woman. And it's more than looks. Because any man can go and find a woman whose hips may be a bit wider, whose stomach may be a bit flatter, who maybe has longer hair, than me, than you. It's not about looks, but what you won't find walking up the street, what you won't find easily passed up on the corner, what you won't find is a good woman and a woman of virtue, because we're not easily passed up. You're not easily going to find us. The Bible says that we're hard to find, and our price is far above rubies. After all this time, and this woman still doesn't realize this, but if sex is not getting it, if bending over backwards is not getting it, you're still unmarried, and you've been throwing that thing, and like you told me, having your best years, and still unmarried. You've never been proposed to, and yet I've had 4 offers. And I promise you that's not a prideful thing. I'm just telling y'all facts. If sex is not it, then what is it that sets a woman apart? Men won't tell you this because some men want you to guess. Some men want to play games. Some men want to run through you or see how you are in bed and then dismiss you and go on to the next woman and do the same thing until they really find the woman who they want to settle down with. They're not going to tell you that you're not it. They're just going to keep playing with you like that man is playing with her year after year after year. It doesn't take no man on planet Earth 4 whole years, 365 days times 4 of spending time with you, pretty much day in and day out, sex, cooking, traveling, doing all these things together, shows, events, going to concerts together, going on date nights together, 4 years. And he still has not proposed to you. In fact, runs when you even bring up marriage. Off and on, hot, cold relationship. It doesn't take a man that long. If y'all are younger, granted, but this woman is 52 years old. Ladies, sex is not what sets you apart. Any woman can have sex, okay? That's not it. It's your character. It's your presence. It's your peace, your wisdom, your love, your heart, your kindness. Those are the things that make you stand out and shine. It's not outer beauty. It's not working like a dog to prove to him your worth. It's not bending over backwards, sexing him down, giving him your check every week, letting him have your car. That's crazy. It's not any of those outer things, but it's in here. That is the difference. I want to read y'all something. 1 Peter chapter 3, verses 3 through 4. The Bible says, "Do not let your adorning be external, the braiding of hair and the putting on of gold jewelry or the clothing you wear, but let your adorning be the hidden person of the heart with the imperishable beauty of a gentle and quiet spirit, which in God's sight is very precious." Proverbs 31:25. Strength and dignity. Dignity are her clothing. Proverbs 11:16. A gracious and good woman attains honor. Proverbs 12 verses 4, one of my favorites. A wife of noble character is her husband's crown, but a disgraceful wife is like decay in his bones. Not a wife of great beauty. That's just a plus if you're a beautiful woman, on top of being beautiful on the inside. That's a plus. But that's not the whole cake. That's just the topping, the whipped cream, the sprinkles, the syrup, caramel syrup. That's just a plus. The Bible says noble character is her husband's crown. Not grand beauty. Not grand sense of entitlement, of vanity. Not a big house. Not a doctor's degree. And I'm not knocking those things. Not being on commercials. That is not what sets you apart. That is not what makes you a wife. Your character is what makes you a wife. When you're processed God's way, anyway. So many people give up on the process of God. Y'all, you know, so many people not lasting. People don't care. This world, every day, I'm just like, some days I'm like, God, why am I here? Can you please bring me home? Sometimes I really do say that, and I have to repent and ask for forgiveness, because I just be so done with it. Just so done with just worldliness, waywardness, loose, wildness, nakedness, pervertedness. I just get so sick of it. I'm just like, do something new. You know how you poke something and you're just like, do something else. Do something else, a little toy, you know, that's just constantly doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. Nothing new, nothing new. The music is trash. TV shows, trash. Clubs, trash. I mean, I'm tired of it. But anyway, don't let me get in my soapbox. Because like I said, I just wanted to come on here to talk to y'all and to let you know that a ring should not be the goal. The goal is a happy marriage. The goal is peace. The goal is being naked. And I don't want to step over into my next video, but the goal is being naked with your husband. Him being naked with you. Y'all being so vulnerable, but safe. Not hurting one another. Not walking in pride. The goal is being naked. And as the Bible say, the two were naked. They both were naked. Adam and Eve, and they were unashamed. That is the goal for me in my house with my spouse. Freedom. Peace, trust, faithfulness, giving ourselves to one another wholeheartedly and not withholding, even the bad parts. I mean, like, baby, help me right here with that. And him to be like, okay, baby, I got you. And for me to do the same for him. He's like, baby, I'm struggling with this. Okay, baby, I got you. The goal is a happy, fulfilling marriage that leaves behind a legacy for future generations and a path for future generations, a righteous path for them to follow. You can always go find a gold digger. You can always find a woman who's willing to have sex. You can always find a woman who's willing to be naked, drunk, and wildly dancing to Beyonce in the club, falling over men, approaching men, throwing themselves at men. You can always find an immoral woman. But what men won't find is a woman that cares for their soul easily, a woman who wants to help them become better, a woman who will pray for them, a woman who will love them, even if they lost everything they had today. You cannot easily find a woman of peace because the majority of women in these days and times are so full of hell, need deliverance, and are walking in so many wild behaviors and nasty ways that it's hard to find. So stop letting these men lie to you. Like you have to perform for them. And you have to make them believe that you're worth the ring. Ladies, just like good men are hard to find, good women are just as hard to find as well. Real women of God, you're not passing us up every day on the street. Even the Bible lets you know that, even from back in Jesus' time. Look, that's thing thousands of years old, and it's still true today. She's hard to find. Blessed is the man who finds her. And the Bible even goes on to say that you can't find her. Wealth and riches come from your father and your mother's household, but a wife, God says, only I can give that to you. You can't even find it unless I let you find it. You won't even know where she is unless I shine a light on her. So good women are hard to find, just like good men are. But nevertheless, when it comes to relationships, ladies, you have got to understand that your time is too valuable to be wasted on anything less than love, on anything less than peace, on anything less than growth, and the two of you growing together and for the better together. If you're in a relationship and you're doing worse off than you were when you were alone, then you need to let that go, and that's not God. It's that simple. But some of you don't let it go because you let relationships and men and what they say define you and your worth. And that's such a dangerous thing to do. It's too much power to give a man. If you determine your worth by the success of a relationship that may be here today and gone tomorrow, or if you try to put your value in the hands of a man, that's one of the worst things that you can do. Because if a man decides that you're only worth, he can be like, hey, she worth some sex and a good McDonald's McRib sandwich. McDonald's McRib. Child, I had that sandwich since I was in middle school. I don't even know if they even make them anymore. Not a McRib. But anyway, a McRib and a value fry. And then he starts treating you like that. If you put your worth in what he says, you'll believe it. And that's dangerous. And I want you ladies to know this. I always talk about the good men that I've attracted that unfortunately I've had to say no to. But I'm trusting in the Lord. But I have also attracted a few bad men. Now, not a lot, but a few bad. Now, they didn't last long. 2 of them lasted a couple days. One lasted a couple weeks and the other one a couple months. And that was it. But the thing is, it's not who you attract. It's what you choose to entertain. I can't control who I attract, but I can control who I entertain. I can't control how a man acts, how he tries to treat me, but I can control what I allow and what I tolerate. And even you cannot we cannot control if a man or a person decides to hurt us. But we can control how long we allow them to hurt us or abuse us emotionally and spiritually, and how long we allow them to cripple us. But you know what? Those kind of mental notes and mental fortitude take so much accountability to even come to that decision. And a lot of people don't want to be accountable for anything. They would rather blame a man treating them bad on the man. A man hurting them or mentally abusing them on the man. A man calling them today, wanting to have sex with them and disappearing for 3 weeks. They want to blame that on the man. If a man drags them on for years and doesn't marry them, it's not their fault. It's the man's. It's always someone else's fault for your brokenness, your trauma that you have yet to heal from, your lack of knowing your worth, so you just let men have whatever they want out of you, whenever they want, And it's never your fault. Like I said, love is a woman's game and a man's game. It's not for little boys. And it's not for little girls. Real, agape, godly love is a mirror. It's nakedness. It's openness. It's vulnerability. It's killing pride. It's not ego. It has no room for it. No room for it. Especially not with me, not dating me. You won't last long. Real love is nakedness. And I don't want it any other way. And if I see a man approaching me or coming with clothes on and he want to see how much I'm going to open up before he open up, I'm gone. I'm out because I come 100% open and naked from the beginning. Now, it may be just, a few couple weeks or a month just to figure you out a little bit. But once you're in, and that's it. I don't believe in covering up. I mean, why? Because when you get married, all of that stuff is going to be uncovered anyway. I just don't believe in covering up, y'all. But that's just me. But anyway, back to this accountability. You will not go anywhere far if you cannot learn to own up to your own mistakes and then make the necessary change. It requires for you to be a better person, a wiser person, and a smart person, and a person who grows. And while it's okay to put things in God's hands, hold on, y'all. Gotta move my thigh, my leg. Oh, I got stuck right there. Jesus, Lord help me. But anyway, that hurt, y'all. Oh, God. But anyway, while it's okay, let me move this down a bit and change just a bit, just a hinge. Okay, right there. Oh, God, my legs. But anyway, while it's okay to put things in God's hands and relinquish control to Him for the things that you cannot change, however, it's equally important to take accountability for the things that you can change. And like I said earlier, it's changing for you. It's not just changing to get a husband. It's not pretending. It's not upping the price because you want to pretend to be something or pretend to have character that you really don't. But it's doing it because you actually believe it. Because some of y'all claim to be celibate. Some of y'all claim to be practicing abstinence. Some of y'all claim to have given your life over to the Lord, your body over to the Lord. And not only that, some of you claim that you're a wife and He just didn't see you and all of that. That stuff is crazy. But if that man or an ex or somebody who you really like was to text you right now saying that they wanted to have sex with you or get back with you again, you would throw that celibacy, that abstinence, that vow to God and everything else out the window. So you ain't fooling God. And you're not supposed to be abstinent because you want to get a husband, because you want to up the price, because you want to be abstinent for the first 90 days. Then, okay, once you like him enough, y'all can get. That's not abstinence. That's not a vow to God. You just taking a break. And I just have to say that because y'all just be saying anything is celibacy, anything is abstinence, and it's not. Practicing abstinence, at least for me, is being abstinent because I want to please God. Just like it is with my character. I want to be nice because I just want to be nice. I want to be a kind-hearted, open woman who people can come and they meet me and they just say, man, she's a woman of peace. I just had that happen last week. And it's beautiful. It's refreshing to hear that. I know it is. I know it's true, but I'm saying it's still nice to hear it as well. But husband or not, I want to be the best that I can be for God and for me, most importantly. Not because I'm trying to prove to a man that I'm somebody and I'm really not. And men know when you're faking the funk. All I got to do is test you. She ain't really real. She ain't really dedicated to God like she pretend. I could text her right now and she gonna come back. And that's what some of them are thinking. And some of them know it because they've done it before time and time again. And you fall every time. So it's not for other people. A godly lifestyle, being abstinent, all of these things, it's for God. It's for you. Work out your own salvation. It's not to prove. It's not a stamp on my head just to say, "Ooh, I've been abstinent for this amount of years." That's not what I do that for. I talk to you guys about it. I tell you guys about it because that's my life and that's what I live, and I'm open and I share those things. But it's not so I can get something from God. And I don't want y'all to think that that's what that's for. Because if that's the case, I would have been married. There are times when I even wanted to say yes to those men. For sure. 2 of them, blew my mind, blew me out the water. Great men of God. I would have been happy and easily taken care of. Never had a care or worry in this world. But for whatever reason, the answer was no from God. And I still have to trust him regardless. So it's not to get something from him, but it's to please him. And because I love him. You know, and when you really, really love somebody, you don't want to hurt them. You get tired of crying. You get tired of rolling over at night, repenting. And then going back and then doing it again. You just get tired of it, you know. At least I did. And I know I was pretty young when I got tired of it, 20. But, you just get tired of it. But anyway, I want to end with this. When you get to the point where you really, really love yourself and where you really, really believe that you are worth something and you really believe your worth, you'll stop doing things for attention. You'll stop having a pick-me mentality because you'll actually believe it. You won't have to pretend to be somebody that you're not. You can just be yourself. You can just show up and then you'll command the room. And I don't mean in a vain way, because you can be the quietest person. I'm a witness. You can be the quietest person in the room and your presence will speak the loudest. And you can also be the loudest in the room and people will want to run away from you. So, ladies, I pray that this video helped some of you, blessed some of you. Like I said, don't compromise because, at the end of the day, what are you getting from it? And I'm not here to try to persuade 100%. I just want y'all to think about some of this stuff that y'all say and y'all do. Because like the woman who's 52 years old and was laughing at me and looking like, oh my gosh, and you're not enjoying your best years and you're young and that thing popping, you better be throwing it down, all of that stuff. And I'm just like, but you're almost double my age and you're telling me to do what you're doing right now. And yet you have no results. I think I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. Y'all, I love y'all. And I'm going to get out of here. Because like I said, I was kind of all over the place. I had a lot of thoughts. A lot of thoughts. Still have a lot of thoughts. But just be on the lookout for the podcast. It's going to be amazing coming in January. So y'all just be on the lookout for that. And I pray that this video bless you. Share it with somebody. And like I said, ladies, the goal should not be a ring. The goal should be nakedness, love, peace, and a happy marriage. If God has even called you to marriage. But if he has, you'll know because he'll put it in your heart. But you don't have to settle. You don't have to perform. You just simply have to be and show up. And be obedient to God and do everything he's telling you to do. And in his perfect time, and all of the pieces are going to come together, okay? I love you, ladies, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.